Hi folks, I'm Matt, and we're way overdue for a board game review. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Breakin Atmo, the booster pack for Firefly the game. And I'm just going to show you real quick some of the cards and what comes with it. First off, of course, you get job cards from all 5 employers there. They're new, they're different, not much else to show you there. The jobs are just a little different on there. What I want to show you and focus on today is all the extra cards that come with it. As you see, you get a few cards to add to your deck since this is a booster pack here. And let's just look at a few of them here. The first one's Alliance Body Armor. It says if a crew is carrying armor is killed, you can roll a 1 to 3 and they'll still be killed, or a 4 to 6 and the crew will not be killed. This is awesome to have on someone because if you choose for someone to die, you want to choose the one wearing body armor because it's a good chance they could live through it, even if you don't have a medic on your staff. Here's another one in there. This one's called the Universal Encyclopedia. From any location, you can use a deal action, meaning one of your actions, to look up to 3 cards on the misbehave deck and replace them in any order. This is an awesome thing. Forget that it's $1,200. Think about it. If you're having, this almost guarantees that you'll be able to pass that aim to misbehave status. If it's 2 or 1 or 3 even. You can look and rearrange them in any order. So if you need to do only 1, put the easiest one on top. Or if you're looking to do 2, put the 2 easiest on top. Or if you're looking to do 3 and you see that all 3 of them suck, then you won't aim to misbehave and you'll just go somewhere else that round. I love this Universal Encyclopedia. I think it's a smart way to change up the game a little bit. Here's a helmsman. When you have him on your side, he counts as a solid with Harken, regardless of whether you've done a job with him or not. And there's another one just like the previous one. All right, now we're on to Persephone. That was Osiris we just went over. This is Persephone. This is a Cortex uplink. Now it says from any location you can use a deal action to consider the top card, face down card from any contact and accept that card or discard it as normal. So if that patient's card is on the front, I don't have to be at Athens. If I have this, if I have the Cortex uplink, I do not have to be on Athens to accept that job. I can just pull up the top card and say, okay, do I want this? That looks interesting. Yeah, maybe I do, or maybe I don't. But I don't have to fly all the way over there to pick it up. This is going to save you an immense amount of time, which is why it's $1,200. But in my opinion, it'd be worth it. There's a second one in the deck. And then another one. Now this one's kind of interesting. It says Gentleman's Dueling Sword. It counts as fancy duds, so if nothing, at least you'll have some fancy duds. But you can also, it counts as a knife. You can discard it to add a +1 to your combat for 1 fight. Now, it's kind of interesting. I don't know why someone would want to do that. That'd be a very expensive thing to do, but who knows? For fancy duds alone, I may get it. Next up is the Fixer, and I love the Fixer. He comes with an automatic fake ID. So that's really cool. Yeah, he is wanted, but look, a fake ID usually costs you $1,000, but it's on him for free, and he's only $300, and he comes with some tech and negotiation skills. So, I don't know, he wouldn't be that bad. Here's an accountant, and he gives you, whenever you receive a gold token, you're going to take $500 extra for achieving goals. Awesome if you're playing one of the games with goals. If you're not playing one of the games with goals, he's not much help other than these 2 little things there. It's too expensive there. So it depends on what time of game you're playing if you want him. Here's Two Fry's Carbine. Counts as a sniper rifle and a firearm, and you can re-roll any fight test results that are a 1. So that's the reason why it's $1,200. Here's another. It's Nandy's Gun Collection. I love this. You can re-roll any negotiation rolls with the result of 1. It counts as fancy duds and firearms. Always nice. And by the way, we're in Regina. I'm doing real bad telling you what deck this is in. But here's the Mud Dog ATV. It counts as a transport. And after completing a smuggling job, you would load 1 contraband. So not bad, especially worth $1,000. So not a bad deal at all. There's a second one in the deck here. And here's one I found so interesting. The Specialist. He has a sniper rifle and a firearm. Now he can't carry gear, but that's because he's a sniper rifle and a firearm for only $300 as long as he's alive on the team. I love this character. I think he's awesome. Now we're getting to Silverhold and one of my favorite cards in the deck, the Best of the House, of course, from Janestown, one of my favorite episodes. And here it says discard to remove all disgruntled from crew. Folks, I know 400 you're thinking, oh, that may not be worth it. If you have a crew worth more than 5 or 6 on your team, then it's going to be cheaper to buy them the best in the house than to give them all shore leave. And plus, when you give them shore leave, that counts as an action. It'll take away one of your actions. However, this card, you just discard it, it doesn't count as an action. So there's a lot of good things about this card. Don't think that card is not that important. Now here's another firearm, but it requires a transport to use it. Okay, it counts as 2 fight skills, and they have 2 of those in the deck. Next up we have Elder Goman, and if working in a moral job, he's going to have to stay on board the ship. He does not work in moral jobs, but he accounts for 2 negotiation skills, and he's free to work with. And of course he is a hill folk, so that rule applies. If you have 2 other hill folk, it'll count as a +1 in a fight, since he is a hill folk. Another one I love is a head goon. If you have at least 3 mercs in your crew, you have to have 3 of them, then you get, if you have the head goon with you, you get 2 extra negotiation points on top of the fight skill points. Awesome! Especially if you're collecting mercs, this would be the way to go. Here's another one, a breaching tool. It's explosives. You also get an extra contraband for every salvage op. So yeah, that's worth the 1200. There's another card just like that in the deck. Some of these have 2, of course. Here's one I love. There's 2. There are shrewd traders here. And shrewd traders, whenever you sell cargo to a contact, you take an extra $100 per that cargo. So you can actually charge them more for the cargo. And they're 200 each, and merchants would be very awesome to have within this game. So what did I think about Breakin Atmo? Is it worth it? In my opinion, yes. I know it doesn't look like you get that many cards because they just give a little bit for each deck, but it is totally worth it. The jobs are really different, so it's nice to work a little different job, especially if you've been playing the base game for a long time. Also, with all the extra little things they thought about, it enhances the game. It actually changes the way you think about the game and how you play it. Now in our gaming group, we have all types of people who hire different types of crew. For instance, my wife will never hire anyone on her crew who has a wanted emblem on it. That's right, she will never take River or Simon Tam because they are wanted. And so she doesn't want to get stopped by the Alliance and have to roll for those checks and lose a crew member for what she thinks is no good reason. I have another buddy of mine who refuses to let anyone on his crew if they are moral. Because if they're moral and they work an immoral job, which usually pay more, they get disgruntled. And he doesn't want to have anyone disgruntled, so he has all immoral people, which I think is kind of funny. I bounce it out. I don't really care who I have. You know, I just take whoever I can get. But you have 3 different ways on playing this, and this game actually turns it on its head and tests your theory if people like this or that, or whichever way they like to hire a crew. There is something for every player in this booster pack. So is it worth it? Yes, of course it is. If you have the base set, go ahead, buy Breakin Atmo. It is worth your time, and it does enhance the game. All right, gamers, I'll see you next time. Until then, game on.